Good morning, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament group stage play here on SpeedGaming 2. This is a Group H matchup between teex88, who is already 2-0 in the tournament, versus raikourider. This is his first matches. Hi, everyone. It's LOZ Cards Fan 23, and along with me calling the exciting action, the Haxor. How are you doing today?
Do good, man. You know why it's Group H? Because they don't give no hex.
That is true. So we have two races here, flag set 1, flag set 2. Flag set 1, the worlds are in their static positions. The levels will be shuffled around, but pretty much confined to what you see in the vanilla game. But you might see a couple of variations here and there between levels and forts, because World 1, of course, is first, normally has 1 fort, but we could see 2 forts. Heck, we could see 3 forts.
Yeah, you don't like to see the 3-fort one, but sometimes it happens, and I guess the good news is if you get 3 in World 1, you're getting a lot less somewhere else, so...
Like World 6.
Exactly.
All right, so these runners are going to be starting in just a few moments. Again, Group H matchup between teex88 versus raikourider.
Yeah, this one's going to be really good, I think. Raiko was a bracket player from last year, and Teex is one of the best Mario 3 players in the world in the vanilla game. So definitely going to be interesting to see if Raiko's been doing some practice and how, I guess up to snuff he is.
I'll tell you what, he's going to have had to have done that, because teex88 looked really, really sharp against Fred Coughlin in his first matches, and raikourider definitely the veteran around here. He's been around the block. I believe for teex88, this is his first tournament?
Yep, I think that's correct. He's been doing a lot of randomizer in the weeklies, it looks like, though, too.
Yep, so if he's done the weeklies, yeah, should be a good matchup, and here we go, and we are starting off with a fort and just the 1 fort.
Yeah, pretty nice setup here, actually, for them that locks right away. So they can play this level, beat it with the boom boom to break the lock instead of getting the item, and then allow them to skip a few levels here versus getting the item. So it's important to note that if that comes up, that's really important for players to do, to allow them to skip a few levels.
Right. I'll tell you what, Haxor, even if they wanted to skip, they couldn't do it because we have a fire flower at the end, no leaf. This is going to help against Boom Boom.
Yep. Yeah, this is going to definitely make the Boom Boom fight easier. And personally, I love running through with Fire Flower. You can just remove a lot of obstacles out of your way. So it's a really good setup for a beginning of the seed here.
All right, so next up, these runners are in 1-5. Unfortunately, Raiko losing his Fire Flower right there. And neither player, of course, is going to take the... Yeah.
He made the mistake of trusting 1-5, right? You never trust 1-5.
No, there's usually going to be Spinies. Let's face it. The game knows. Always going to be Spinies. Just don't try it. teex88 clears it, as does raikourider. Of course, there is a coin heaven in 1-5, but runners are not going to take it because there are 3 auto-scrollers that don't get turned off. Coin heavens are one of them. Also 5-9, and a level that you might see in flag set 2 that we affectionately call Atlantis. We may see it later. We may not.
I really hope not.
Well, we have a little bit of a divergence. Well, we don't know if we have a divergence yet. Teex is going to... Yeah, we do have a divergence. Teex is going to take the item where the warp whistle would normally be. Raiko is not. And it's just a music box, so slight advantage Raiko.
Yeah, surprisingly, sometimes those come in handy. I've had a few seeds lately where I just didn't get any music boxes, so... when you get a seed like that, then it's actually a really good item to have. But yeah, most of the time your inventory is just
well.
Yeah,
bad news for Teex, good news for Raiko. He's got the ammunition for World 7.
Yeah, I think it's still a pretty good choice. It's just kind of bad luck there.
Look at that, Raiko skipping out on the start. It's a 1-hitter anyway, so Raiko going to come out of World 1 first.
Yeah, this one's shaping up pretty good here. Pretty simple World 1 in terms of configuration there for him. So kind of a nice start. what you like to see. Wasn't like a 50-50 choice at the beginning or anything.
So we're going to find out what our first item from Princess Toadstool is going to be. I tell you, I swear, if it's a music box, nope, mushroom.
Yeah, so they're not getting great items here to start. But, I mean, we'll see what the end card brings.
Yeah, raikourider is closer to the end card game right now than teex is. You need 80,000 points to bring it up on the screen, and raikourider going to go for the power, but it's a 1-up. That's going to be a little bit of a bad break for teex, so he's going to have to tread lightly. Raiko has a little bit of insurance on, oh, we've got the crazy drunk variety of the Hotfoots.
Yeah, I noticed it was triple crazy foot here at the beginning. Teex with a really good patience there, actually just kind of wait for that one to pass and then go under here to not deal with the next one, so...
With that, raikourider should have the 80,000 points. Teex is not going to have those 80,000 points just yet. So there it is, 80,000 points. Raiko going to play the cards, and we'll see if he can make some matches.
Yeah, if Teex uses this pipe here and there's a lock in his way, which normally there is. Okay, there wasn't. There's just nothing. That's right, because I guess they just played the fort, but... so yeah, I mean, I was thinking potentially if there's a hammer or something that would have been really clutch.
Well, we do find a Jukum Cloud for teex88, and that could come in handy later on.
Yeah, and I don't believe Raiko actually fought that hammer bro, so that's a big deal.
I do believe he is going to fight him after this pyramid stage, because there is a Hammer Brother guarding that castle. So unless it's the other Hammer Brother, he should get that same Jukum Cloud.
Yeah, that'd be a really bad break if it was.
And teex going to grab the lead temporarily on raikourider, because that pyramid stage is a little bit better on teex's side. But here's the end card game. Let's see if he can make some matches. We start with a 1-up and a star. There's the 1-up, so there's a match. Looking for the Fire Flower, but nope. Just got the one match. Let's see what it garners. No, we're not going to find out what it garners.
Ooh, the double boomerang. Kind of a rough fight there. They were clipping into the platform. You hate to see it.
Absolutely. Raiko does get his Jukum Cloud from the Hammer Brothers and is now on the World 2 airship, where we have the saltiest Koopa in town, Morton Koopa. One hit, no. Trying for the fire kill, and that's it. Fire kill for teex.
Nice little fire kill pattern he got there based on where he entered from the world. That's kind of interesting in this flag set. You can actually get vanilla fire kill patterns if you're well versed in those.
Raiko getting a break there. Morton not being very salty, just a 2-hitter. So teex coming out of World 2 ahead, not by much though. It's pretty much anybody's game. The item, a leaf.
Yeah, I mean, generally not a great item, but early on, I think it's pretty good to have. It's useful in a lot of levels, and their inventory is pretty sparse right now, so just getting items, period, I think is good at this point.
Yes, indeed. teex now in 3-1, and Raiko following right behind.
Yeah, kind of a... this is a vanilla location for this level, obviously being the first level, so we got a nice little fret here, but pretty easy level. Yeah, you just kind of swim to the end.
And close call for raikourider. You almost bought it there.
That is not vanilla. There's not supposed to be a Bertha there, so...
Yeah, very, very close to disaster there for Raiko. Now he's going to enter 3F2. Nice getting through those carpet boos for teex88. One more set. Nicely played.
Oh, man. Getting this power-up's so rough. Even
yeah,
in vanilla,
Raiko's not even going to bother.
Yeah, the way those discs... Oh, man. The way they rotate makes it really hard.
Yeah, the roto discs, the disco waffles, whatever you want to call them, they are a nuisance. Oh, and Teek's gonna play the frog suit card here because this is a great stage to be a frog. This water stage, 3, 4, 5 rather.
3, 5. The best item here is actually a P-wing to fly over the stage, but you know this is a runner-up for sure.
Yeah, no P-wings to offer.
For the
Yeah.
P-wing. Yep.
Raiko not going to have that luxury, unfortunately, and Teeks clears that. I believe Teeks got that frog suit from the end card game, so I want to say the 1-up acted as the frog.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right, just the 2 forts. So far, none of the forts. We have been vanilla forts up to this point. There's the 1-up for raikourider. I didn't even know that was there.
So they see a lock there, or Teek sees a lock there on his screen. So that gives them information on the obstacles that are going to be required for him to complete the world here. So this fort's not actually going to be required, and I think the pipe's that pipe, and he's figured it out.
Yep, instead, teex88 going to go ahead and play 3-9, so that should wrap things up. Now, another set of cards for raikourider. Let's see if he can do better this time. Nope, he can't find the 1-up. Now, we did see the star early. Does he remember it? Yes, there's a match. How about a flower? Nope. So we're going to find out what that star is potentially, and no, we're not going to find out what it is.
Yep, he's going to run through his pipe checks here, figure out what Teeks has figured out, and probably make his way to the end of the world pretty shortly.
Teek's going to have to take on the Boomerang Brothers. Hook jumped over it. Oh, look out. Ooh, that was a close call. And the item for Teeks is going to be, ooh, a hammer. That could be big if Raiko doesn't stumble upon it. Looks like he should get it, though.
Yeah, I think he's guaranteed to get it, just based on the location of that hammer bro, so...
Teek's now playing the cards, looking for the 20 coin. No match, the board goes back.
I'm sad that 3-9 didn't give you a shell before the H there. You can actually do an H or a shell jump over the H if you get one. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. All right, so now here's the World 3 airship. We'll see if Wendy had her baconators or if she had to settle for something else. Gonna see. Oh, it's a star. So that'll help Teeks get across the rest of the world, but no fire to help him out against Wendy.
There's really good P-speed maintenance there. Haven't really seen someone route it that way, so that's pretty neat.
Ooh, 3 hits is not enough. How about 4? 4-hitter for Wendy. So, yeah, she had a couple of baconators. Yeah, 4 HP Wendy.
Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't the...
no earthquake, right?
variety. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
so, Raiko...
honestly, is better for her and worse for
like
every other Koopa.
Right you are. But Raiko does pick up his hammer from the Hammer Brothers suit, and now he's going to take his turn against Wendy. Now the item this time, a Jugum Cloud. That's a nice one.
Yeah, they got a nice collection of clouds, and they're moving towards worlds where those are going to start to be useful, particularly, you know, 5-3, 6-6. There's some other long stage 5-9 as well, so.
Raiko, come on. Yes! Nice job. Very clutch as Small Mario. All right, teex88 now at the 4F2 Boom Boom fight. He got him.
Yeah, did some nice vanilla speed stratting a little bit there, but those crazy feet, man, at the top of that that one section, you got to watch out for them, and he got nipped there.
All right, teex88 gonna have to check the other pipe, and there is the other fort, which you'll play. This will be 4F1.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of neat knowing that he's already played 4F2. This one was going to be 4F1, and see, he's doing the vanilla strat there, so some nice momentum through there. And getting the star there is great because it's going to allow him to instant kill this Boom Boom too, so doing it pretty quick here.
Yeah, that's about as good of a 4F1 as you'll see. Very well played there by teex88. Raiko now in 4F2 and up against Boom Boom being as large Mario. And now 4-2 with count 'em, 2 boss bass. I don't think I've ever seen this before. How about you?
I've seen it a couple times, but it's pretty rare, and of course it gets cheap there. So yeah, nothing good in 4-2 there. Just cheaps and boss bass. I mean, chat's gonna love it though. Chat's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, for sure. But teex88 does survive, completes his cards, and is up to 7 extra lives. Now Raiko at 4F1. He'll take the bottom path, which is a little bit slower, but it is safer, typically.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, if you come into small Mario, it's probably advised. So you should have a nice free path to the end of the world here. Teex should, using this pipe. So pretty neat, or like mostly free, I guess. He can also cloud here potentially. 4-4 and 4-5 are kind of slow levels, so I mean you can consider it.
4, I would say, is definitely slower, but there, yeah, you're right. They're both slow. We'll see what teex88's got in mind as Raiko's now up against 4-2 with double boss bass. Oh, kills one, but is a meal for the other one, and that is the first miss for either player. They had been clean up until that point.
Yeah, that's a good point. First death of the seed here. Teex having a little trouble in the water battle here, but thankfully the thick Hammer Bros there jumped for him pretty early, so he was able to get under him.
Teex's decision is going to be 4-4 with the frog suit. Why not?
Yeah, it's a pretty good item for this stage, actually. Should make it faster than 4 or 5, I think, actually.
Raiko lands a little bit awkwardly on that boomerang brother and bites the dust on that one. Tough break.
Yeah, taking a couple deaths here, putting him back a little bit. He's about a level behind, I think.
All right, Raiko finds one match, finds a second match with the Fire Flower, finds a third with the 1-up, so having a nice round here. Finds the other Fire Flower, so that's 4 matches. Another star, that's 5. There's the 10 coin. Oh, he clears the board! Way to go to Raiko Rider. Here's the Iggy fight for Teex, and there's that wonky hitbox coming into play, and he's a pretty strong one.
He's got some good items in his inventory, so I'm thinking that the end card's got some good stuff in it. So that could come in big here because Teex has not played the end card in that world or cleared it. So yeah, it looked like hammers and clouds.
Raiko's going to opt for 4-5. Teex taking care of Iggy, so we're going to find out what our next item from the princess is going to be. We haven't seen any Hammer Brothers suit. We haven't seen any Tanuki suits. Maybe we'll see one here. Nope, another mushroom. Raiko having a little bit trouble finishing it off, but he's there.
Oh, man. The configuration of this world's unfortunate, so you're gonna have to play 5-3 here unless you want a double cloud, which is it's probably not worth it using 2 clouds on.
No, so especially if you make a mistake, because if you make a mistake, you've just wasted both of your Jugum clouds.
Exactly.
So Raiko now in the World 4 Fort. Ooh, that's probably not what he had in mind there. Teex getting a star, so he'll be able to breeze through the rest of 5-3. And now let's see how Raiko does against Iggy. It's pretty strong. There's the second hit. There's 3. And there's 4. It was the maximum 5 HP, and that was a clean fight there for Raiko. Nice job.
Yeah, didn't have any adventures with his hitbox there, so there's a nice advantage Teex has right now. He's got a really clean inventory. But he doesn't have any Bowser items yet, so that's kind of a big deal. He probably will want to play the end card the next time it appears.
5'8" is short, but deceptively difficult when you have Lakitu throwing those spiny eggs as fast as he does. Teex avoids the 3 of a kind. You don't want the fireworks animation, and he's still sitting on 8 lives, so there's no need to get the 5 up at this point.
Yeah, his word is going to be this fort. So a good strategy here, being that you know you're getting a World 5 fort, is to just pre-equip a star for this one. It should make this fort really easy. And you don't have to really worry about much.
Raiko opting to skip 5-3, and this is going to pay off for him. His 5-8 is going to be complete for Raiko. Very clean stage, by the way.
Yeah, both runners making the Nintendo Power Guide, or I think it was the strategy guide, the official strategy guide, looks silly. So, oh, I just noticed Raiko actually decided to cloud 5-3, so he's going to double cloud here, which is interesting.
Ah, yes, you're right. You were mentioning that a little bit ago. Teex now in 5-5. Donut stage.
I think it's more warranted for him because he got a bunch of clouds from the end card game, and then he's also gotten some cloud drops, so he's got way more than Teex.
Well, speaking of drops, and Teex going to ignore the card game, that's basically teex88's strategy. He usually plays the card game a few times, tries to clear the board once, and once he does that, he will not play it again.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get some items from the Hammer Bros instead, which is, you know, sometimes it's the Hammer Bros giving the good stuff, and they've given some pretty good items this run, not gonna lie.
I call this level that Raiko just completed the Homer Simpson's favorite level because it has all the donuts in the world.
Yep. So they've got an interesting choice here. They see this fort. They should probably play it because it could really help the path in the sky. So he's taking a risk here that was the tower. He could actually enter this other pipe here and skip this level. So we'll see if Teex actually remembers to do that. Oh, he actually goes right to it as well. So
yep. This is a very close race now. Teex has not had very good luck with the end card game, and that right now could give Raiko the edge he needs on this race. They are neck and neck, literally, as they enter the World 5 fort. Unbelievable.
That was a really good P-speed strat there. But yeah, they made a slight mistake here by not using the other pipe, but in the heat of the moment, you know, it's hard to do or hard to remember sometimes. So we see Raiko just skipping 5-9, which is the correct choice. So it's really important to know your levels here.
Now, interesting, Teex still has 2 extra Jugum Clouds. Raiko now has no more Jugum Clouds. Here's the Roy fight, and there's the Earthquake. 2 is not enough. 3, that's not enough. He's thick. 4 is what it is. Great fight there for Raiko.
Good fire kill from Teex there in the airship. So getting a vanilla Warpless pattern, I think. Or no, that shouldn't. I don't know. That was a weird pattern. I guess maybe he did manipulation. He knows how to manipulate the boss fight in World 5. So
yeah, Raiko comes out of World 5 ahead of Teex, but again, keep in mind those 2 Jugum Clouds that Teex has in his inventory.
Yeah, he's got the 2 Jugum Clouds. He does not have a Bowser item as far as I know yet. So
frog suit for both of these players. Ooh, Raiko losing his fire right there. And this is the carpet fort, 6F3 for Teex. Turns out not to be required. Yeah, this is a tough fort.
It's really nice because a lot of the vanilla strats really work in this fort. There's just a couple spots you got to modify your jumps a little bit. So,
and those spinning logs had given Raiko just a little bit of trouble. I'll tell you what, if that fort's not required, could be to Raiko's advantage. We'll see though.
Okay, well, I mean, it ends up paying off for Teex there because something off screen broke. So that gives him a lot of information in terms of what's going on here.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yep, and they see 6-9, so P-Wing equipped. You can also wall jump here, but obviously P-Wing is much more guaranteed.
Yeah, for sure. Yep, and they complete stages simultaneously and get 1-up simultaneously.
Thankfully, 6-6 is out of the way and no one's going to play it, so that's really good.
But is there another fort? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah.
Gotta believe there is.
Yeah. Well, we got a bunch of forts in one of the early worlds, so potentially not.
No, they've all been vanilla up to this point, Haxor.
Have they? I thought we got
yes.
3 where
no,
maybe
no,
okay.
No. We've been vanilla the entire way so far.
So I guess we'll know what's going on here when teex scrolls here in a moment.
Yep, but Raiko now going to be playing 6-3, and that fire stake, Raiko had no chance.
Okay, well, that lock is still there, so yeah, that fort at the beginning is probably required.
Yeah, this could be a rough go for Raiko. We'll see, though. I mean, maybe it's not in a bad spot, but it probably is. Let's face it.
Yeah, he kind of hopes it's not a bridge. I think he's got hammers still, right? So
yes, he does have a couple of hammers left. Raiko back to the cards now. And finds the 10 coin. But that's all.
I think hammering past 6-5 is a good decision for both of them. That's a really long stage, honestly. And a lot of times you get boss bass, too, so...
Yep, here's 6-8 for Raiko, the grassland stage of Ice World, but ooh, having a very rough go down to Small Mario. Oh, and there is Karibo's boot, kicking him back to the start.
Yeah, this is another really good stage to equip a star in, or at least check this block for a star, because it allows you to do the H jump and speed through.
Nice jump there of that H block from Raiko, and much better run this time around. Very good. Teex now
So
in 6F2, the Ice Fort, and...
Did he go back and do this? Or no, that was in his way there, wasn't it? Okay.
Raiko thought about playing the fort, but is going to opt to play 6-1 instead, and it's going to turn out to be a good move. But Teex thinks there's going to be a bridge. Well, guess what? No bridge, because that lock is the final puzzle piece. So yeah, that fort helps him out, but Raiko's hammers pretty much a neutralizer, but Teex is still going to come out of World 6 ahead a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit here. But I'd say skipping the fort is better. I'm actually surprised he didn't decide to play that. I guess he just made the decision to hammer right away, so...
teex88, this is going to be a rough Lemmy fight, unless he's a shrimp per usual. Let's see. He is a shrimp per usual!
You love to see it, honestly.
Yes, I swear, almost every time I do commentary, Lemmy's a one-hitter, and it holds true again.
Star doesn't insta-kill the end-world bosses. Their mechanics are weird. If it did, it'd actually soft-lock the game, so... you're not actually in the game code, like, defeating the bosses. You're kind of converting them to an item instead, which is the wand.
All right, let's find out what Peach gives our contestants this time. It's a P-Wing for teex88, and the letter appearance was at 26-16, so we're going to get an idea of what kind of lead Teex is going to have on Raiko. And we see a graphical mess now on teex88. Uh-oh. Looks like the EverDrive's acting up. 26-33, so 17 seconds is the lead. I cannot see a thing on teex88's side. This looks like my NES when I playing it.
Yeah, this has happened to him a few times. You can kind of tell what's going on. You can kind of see the pipes. I think the...
Ooh!
Oh, he's got a hammer, so... yeah, oh, perfect. Perfect item for this stage, too.
Yeah, Raiko is going to use the P-Wing.
Did he cloud 7-4? I'm guessing that's what he did. One of that pipe.
I don't think he has... Okay. Well, maybe he had a cloud. I have no clue. And if it was a cloud, it was the 10 coin. I have no clue. I didn't see it. But here is the last hammer. So Raiko is going to come out of World 7 first, unless Ludwig von Koopa, or Letty as I like to affectionately call him, decides to be a troll, and I do believe it's going to be the earthquake variety. Very nice flying over those airships there. Now Raiko's going to have to take his crack. Whoa! Not an earthquake variety. A two-hitter to boot.
You know, honestly, the graphical glitch here just makes 7-4 better.
Yeah, it looks neat, but yeah, this is not going to be fun for teex88. And down to Small Mario.
Oh
and,
god!
Oh,
yeah, it's
running into the jellyfish, and this is not good for Teex. Raiko, though, on his way to World 8, the Great Equalizer. People in chat predict how many bridges it is going to take to build the path to Bowser's Castle.
Yeah, you see a bad setup there to start. I hate when you join World 8 and there's just 4 pipes. It's actually the worst.
I don't see any locks so far. It's going to be at least one bridge. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm calling for 2 bridges.
I'm gonna go 3.
I've never seen a 3-bridge seed. Now, Gamercal once said he saw a 4-bridge seed, but Pro A debunked that theory. No music boxes, boy, what a help. Well, there's 1 lock, so we know it's not going to be, and no more hammers for Raiko. So we know it's not going to be 4.
Yep. So it looks like there's a lot of stuff going on the hand bridge, probably.
And no locks there.
Yeah.
Whoa, we're going to see a lot of bridges. We could see 3. Yeah. We could see 3.
You could see a bunch of locks in the dark area, though, too. I've seen that where I thought there was a lot of bridges, and then there were just 4 locks in the dark area.
Just one bridge. So if you said 1, you were correct. So yeah, 3 of the locks are in the Dark World. You are correct. And if this Navy stage that Raiko's in right now, if it builds that bridge, he's set to go. And he's going to win this race. Now Teex in 7-6 trying to do the clip. And down goes Boom Boom on raikourider's side. Is this, there's the clip for teex88, so he is done with 7-6. Is this the one that builds the bridge? No.
Of course not.
Now the game knows. Well, little does Raiko know, he's got a pretty good advantage, but Teex starting to get closer as he's going to play the Piranha stage.
Yeah, this hand bridge is absolutely awful. I find it interesting he decides to play 8 fort first. This is the longest of the forts, I think, in World 8.
Ooh, that was a close call. Raiko almost missed that pipe.
Kind of a bad enemy set too, to be honest.
Yeah, this bite.
Wow, okay. Yeah, the extra lag there really messing with him.
Oh man, come on. Come through clutch, Raiko. Let's go. Come on. Get through. No! Went a little bit too quickly. And here comes Teex. He's going to play 2 instead and hope that the airship does it.
Yeah, I think 2, or this is like what I would do because the airship's much faster than 8 fort. I think 8 fort's the very last fort I would play in this world.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see what happens though. As Teex clears World 7 and is going to be on his way to World 8. We call World 8 the Great Equalizer for a reason, and this could be one of those World 8s, Haxor.
It really could, and we're doing it through the Matrix here on Teex's screen, so.
I can't even read what that king is saying. Fazzle schmazzle, you know is fazzle schmazzle. So here is the Air Force stage for Raiko. Now, if this one breaks or builds the bridge, then he, again, will be in really good shape to win this race. But if not, now here is the army stage. Teex is going to intentionally bite the bullet here because we know that's not going to break anything.
Yep. And he passed the hand there, so
that's going to help him out.
Getting a little luck. Yeah. Unfortunately, it
We'll
just leads
see.
him to another pipe at the beginning screen.
Now Teex is in the same map here. Raiko is going to take a check to see if that build the bridge did it. Well, he's got to get through a couple of pipes here. And Teex is going to follow him. He's going to see the bad news that there's one bridge. Bridge still not built. It's either the World 8 fort. And remember that death that Raiko took at the end of 8-1. Oh, man. Now, Teex is going to play the Navy, but to his disappointment, this is not going to be it. Raiko's going to try this again, and he has no more leaves. Oh, this is going to be a tough proposition.
Yeah, this is the unfortunate thing. Everybody is going to play that level. Although the interesting thing is, I'm surprised Teex must think he could be ahead right now. Because if he was behind and seeing that Raiko hasn't finished, I would assume that is not.
He shorts his jump. Oh,
yeah,
you hate to see this, folks. I'm telling you, this could happen. World 8 being the great equalizer, it could be happening, folks. It could be happening. And 8-1 could be, oh no! 8-1 could be what is Raiko's Waterloo. And guess what? Teex is following suit. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh no! Oh, a Teex
playing
gets hit too, and now he's out. Now decision
he
time.
does have a
oh no, Raiko. Same jump.
Yeah. You really gotta jump on that Koopa when it's there. So yeah, it looks like he's gonna try to figure out where this other fort is located.
Well, here's the situation. If that other, wherever it is, if that other, which is, I believe, Super Tanks at this point. If Super Tanks, oh no. Oh, and Teex, the Fire Brothers get him too, man. And now Raiko's going to cash in his shift. I think he's going to try and look for Super Tanks as well. And Teex getting grabbed by the hand. And this is going to be one heck of a comeback if Teex pulls this off.
Oh. Teex does have a P-Wing, so he could potentially P-Wing 8-1.
No, this is tanks for Raiko. He knows now that he has to find his path. Now, Teex, as I believe, completed Super Tanks. I don't see it on his map anymore. He's going to check.
Oh my goodness. 8 fort is required to break that lock, and that is the one that builds the bridge. They have to play 8 fort.
Wow. Yep, because now Teex is...
Oh, man.
World 8 playing great equalizer to both players here, Haxor. I'm loving this. So Raiko back into 8-1. Oh, man. So, yeah, this is required. So this is a double dip. Oh, my.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is Teex actually cannot see that tank. So he doesn't know where it is on the other side.
Because of the glitch.
So that's the big issue. Yep.
Oh, man, the snipe.
He saw the lock. Yeah, he saw the lock, but he can't see. I mean, it kind of blends in. I think he might, like, if he looks really close, he can see it.
Yeah, and here comes Teex. Teex is going to be breathing down his neck. Man, you hate to see this, folks. Raiko had this in the bag, but World 8 doing World 8 things. Oh, come on. Of course he gets picked off. Crazy drunk Hotfoot. Oh. And yeah, now Teex with the leaf here in 8-1. This is gonna really bail him out.
Yeah. Yep, he's got this P-Wing.
Raiko, take your time. Take your time. There he goes. He's got it. We're neck and neck, folks.
Crazy.
This is going to be a crazy finish. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be a crazy finish. We are neck and neck. Raiko going to use the frog just to get a power-up going. Oh, man. Neck and neck. This is what these runners are right now. Oh, Raiko losing his fire flower.
got the crazy foot there too, making things difficult. Okay, this room could be difficult with the conveyors. Oh, he missed the doorway. There, yep, there it is. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my god, this fort is awful right now for him.
Wow, this is going to set up for a crazy finish. And teex down to small Mario. Raiko is able to get to this thing in time. Raiko not going to bother with it. teex is small, and that is actually going to help him.
Yep.
How is this neck and neck? 8-1. 8-1 being the great equalizer to Raiko here.
Does he have the information? Does he know?
He's not going to play Air Force. He's going to check. He's going to check. And so is Raiko.
I think he realized that it's not, because he remembers the lock now. Yep, he's going to go straight back to the dark. So this will be interesting if teex decides to play 8-2.
Yep, and now Raiko is going to head for Super Tanks. He knows this is the place, so Raiko is back in the lead.
Oh boy!
This World 8, folks. This has got to be one of the most wackiest, wildest World 8s I've ever seen in all the commentary I've done in Super Mario 3 Randomizer. This is insane, folks.
There it is. Okay, teex is in. Oh wow. Okay, photo finish.
It's still right now advantage raikourider because he does have the hammer suit ready to go, but this is still anybody's game. Don't get us wrong. We're going to be set up for a wild finish.
Yeah, the Bowser's Castle is not guaranteed.
No.
If you don't get the clip, so.
Because good old Fred, and remember, teex88 knows how to do that clip. Oh, this is gonna be tense. Grab onto something, folks. This is gonna be a wild ride. So Raiko, the first one to Bowser's Castle with the Star and Hammer Bros suit ready to go. Here we go. Raiko not even going to bother with the clip here. And there's teex crossing the bush, but ooh, another crazy foot. Oh my goodness. We've seen way too many of those today, folks. teex with the pewing, not opting for the... Does he not? Ooh, he may not have a Hammer Brothers suit, but teex is going to go for the clip here. Raiko doing it traditionally. Going to take the top route. If he can hold on to this Hammer Brothers suit, it's his. No fires, though. There's the third one and the fourth one. Watch out for those fireballs. But teex struggling with the clip here. Oh, but Raiko losing his suit. And there's, oh boy, Raiko survives somehow. No laser there. Raiko has the advantage. If he doesn't fall to Bowser, it's his race.
Clip being unkind there. Oh boy.
If he would have had a first-time clip, teex would have stole this one. He still can if Bowser takes Raiko down. Oh, but teex down to small Mario here. Oh, a clinch, folks. Now remember, Bowser's head is the only part of his hitbox, but you still got to watch out for those fireballs. Like that!
Oh, I think he's got it, though. I think, just based on where that is, he should be okay here. Oh.
There it is! Okay. Wow! Get your GGs out. raikourider survives the great equalizer. That was an insane World 8, ladies and gentlemen. And teex88 are about ready to wrap things up. Oh, if teex only would have gotten the clip on the first try, he would have stole this one from Raiko. But instead, it is going to be Raiko who hands teex88 his first loss of group stage.
raikourider is saying, like, how? I died 8 times in 8-1. How did I win?
Well...
I played so poorly.
We'll talk about it when we have the interviews.
Yeah, when he watches it back, he'll understand.
Wow. Just, wow. What were the official SRL times if you have them, Hacksaw?
41:30 for raikourider and 41:55 for teex. So
Wow.
25-second difference there.
That is a close race. But let's face it, it should have been a lot more lopsided. But I mean, 8-1. I mean, Raiko had 8-1 until he got picked off from the Fire Piranha there. It would have been a bigger victory if that wouldn't have happened. But Raiko will take it any way he gets. That was one of the most wildest, insane World 8s I have ever seen.
Yeah, nobody ever does an 8-1. I mean, come on. Easy stage, right?
No one ever plays it because it's usually not required, but this time it was. Man, if you thought that was exciting, folks, we still have another race left.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's okay. Crew died in 8-1 in the former 100% world record. So, I mean, if the world record holder can die in 8-1, you can die 8 times in 8-1. It's fine.
Oh, my.
Yeah, we'll be back here for game 2 shortly. So stay tuned. And yeah, in the meantime, I don't know, get some snacks and drinks and head on back for some more hot action.
Welcome back, everybody, to game number 2 of the group stage play of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament here on SpeedGaming 2. raikourider won game number 1 in a very dramatic World 8 finish. And now he's going to try to sweep the series, while teex88 is going to try to split and go to 3-1 in group play. LZ Cards Fan 23 here with the Hackster Boy. Tell you, what an exciting finish that last race was.
Yeah, that was crazy, between the graphical glitch on Teex' side and then raikourider having so much trouble with 8-1. I mean, it just, yeah, photo finish, basically.
Yeah, it came down to the Bowser fight, and if teex88, he was trying to do the old clip to get into the top path route to Bowser's room. Didn't quite work out for him. If it would have worked out for him, he would have stole this one. Well, this is flag set 2, and we're starting out with world number 4.
Yep, so we see pipes right away on the start screen, and we see some forts here, so we'll get some information after they play this first fort. They got to play it one way or another, so...
Of course, this is flag set 2, which means the worlds are shuffled, the levels are shuffled around. We may see 7F2.
Hey. You know it was coming out. I mean, I made this seed, so yeah. Let's put Hax's favorite stage.
Raiko going a little bit too far and falls into the lava, and now is going to use a star this time around. So the worlds are shuffled, the levels are shuffled, and you may see some beta stages as well.
That's a very good point. Yes, we can actually see the beta stages in this version. And some of those are kind of, I don't know, rough levels, I guess we'll say.
All right, Teex, no problem here with 7F2, and the boom boom goes down. Raiko going to try to preserve that. He does. Nice job. It's through those 2 pesky piranha plants. At least it was just those kind of piranhas and not the ones that shoot fire. Those are the worst in those pipes.
Yeah, so they got to go through the other pipe here to get to that next fort. I mean, that's one way to do it. You could also, I guess, fight your way there, too.
And Boss Bass gets a meal in 2-3.
I think he just remembered that the setup was vanilla at the beginning, so this other pipe... Oh, no. Yep, go back. There you go.
All right, so we got to complete the other fort to build that bridge. So this fortress on the right side is required, and it happens to be... Well, what do you know? We have the 2 World 7 forts here in World 4. That's interesting. So we have Fort Knox, my favorite fort.
Yeah, I really don't like this fort when you come in as Small Mario. It's terribly long. And we see 5-3 by raikourider, so...
Raiko almost bought it there.
So yeah, Teex able to skip 5-3 here by going straight into, or going back to the origin of the world. So that's going to be a pretty significant time save by skipping this really long stage here that Raiko has to play. Now, he could come in with a mushroom if he's able to maintain this at the end, and it'll save him a significant amount of time here. So we'll see if he's able
instead, he falls right into the yeah, way to go. Commentator's curse right there, Haxtor. Well done. Props to you, my man. Props to you.
Yes, all according to plan. Have a bad time, players.
All right, so Teex has the Tanuki soup, which, by the way, we never saw in that last race at all.
Yeah, no commands, so real unfortunate there. So maybe we'll see some command action here.
Well, we have a chance here as Teex is going to enter the next segment with the bridge completed.
Yep, looks like he's got 2 more levels, and then potentially Hammer Bro fights, and hopefully making his way out of the world here. Unfortunately, it looks like Raiko forgot the setup at the beginning of the world, so you kind of see how important that sort of stuff is to know. But if he's able to maintain this leaf, this is going to be huge for the next level.
Nice, and he's got it. Yeah, that's really going to help him out, but watch out for... Oh! Here he comes again. Come on, Koopa Shell, take him out. Wow! There we go. Nicely done there for Teex, and he'll be moving on.
Yeah, and he's going to be so happy when he sees the level he just entered with this tail.
Yeah, that is really going to help mitigate the loss he had with 5-3. Absolutely. He's still in this race, folks, and we get a star from the Hammer Brothers stage for teex. Another Hammer Brothers stage for teex, this time the regular kind of Hammer Brothers, and we get another star.
Yeah, not the best item in this flag set, just because you don't know what you're entering when you're entering
this
the
is
levels.
nasty.
But,
7-8 with Angry Sun, and teex, it would behoove him to find that pipe.
yeah, he knows hammer strats vanilla, so he's gonna go straight for this pipe, I'm sure. Oh my goodness, what is happening here? Yeah, get in there.
All right, Raiko. Yeah, he's in there. Raiko now. Oh, and a meal for Boss Bass. That's 2 meals so far in this seed. There's a leaf for teex, not bad.
Yeah, I think between the 2 seed, that's three lunches for Boss Bass.
Yeah, he's definitely been well fed, that's for sure. Another star for teex. He has 3 lives. I don't know. Let's see if he decides to go for the 3 of a kind. I'm going to say no, but who knows? World
I
4's
don't
airship.
mind doing it in this situation. If I'm Raiko, I'm definitely going for 3 of a kind just to get that life stockpile. It's always good to be able to take some tactical deaths, and having that life stockpile really helps with that.
Raiko gonna go after the... Nice! I see what he did there. Go for the P-switch to build a bridge there and to go through the coins. How about those pro strats, folks?
Yeah, something you don't see vanilla there, but can definitely be faster in randomizer, and in this case, definitely was.
teex88 is done with World 4. Iggy Koopa down. And we'll find out what our first item from the princess is going to be. Raiko going into the mushroom house to stock up an inventory. Look at this.
Well, he's going to be happy with that.
Yeah, that Hammer Brothers suit. That turns out to be the only place to get Hammer Brothers suits. We didn't see the item. It didn't flash in time. Here's 1-6 for Raiko. Now, hand stage for teex, as we have World 5.
Yeah, he's going to feel right at home with this one. So, yep, speed stratting his way through it. Getting a free item here.
All right, let's see what that item is going to be for teex, and they're all going to be mushrooms. Not the best, but certainly not the worst.
No, I mean, early on it's fine. He's going to spawn this end card here, and we're going to see our first end card opportunity. Looks like you got a pretty nice start there, so...
Just the one match, but let's see what that mushroom... Oh, we're not going to find out what it is. Oh, it is! A mushroom's a mushroom! Well, gee whiz! Raiko playing the cards now, but no match. The board goes back.
Some real smart item usage by teex there to use the star at the beginning of the tower here. Normally, you can't really speed strat this level, but with the star, it allows you to at least speed strat the first 2 rooms and not worry about the waffle randomization.
Looks like the tower is required as teex88 is in there right now. Raiko now at the World 4 airship. I never saw how many hits Iggy took, so we're going to find out on Raiko's side. And we may even get to find out what that item was as well, which actually, now that I think about it, I think it was a mushroom. No, it wasn't. It was the item before the mushroom, and I wasn't paying attention. We'll find out, though. One hitter, that's always a great one. One hitter, Iggy, can't beat that. teex playing out the
Got
coin
some
ship.
coin ship. Oh my goodness, what is this? These
Let's make some
mushrooms,
pizzas! Spaghetti!
I think Mario should hold off on probably some of the spaghetti and the pizza.
Here's the World 2 fort for teex, the Spike Fort, raikourider. That what the item is? It was a leaf.
Some good speed there through that first room in the sand fort here.
And teex gonna try to get this power up here, and it's a leaf.
Yeah, pretty decent item. You can actually use it to damage boost here and maintain some P speed, which he is. Oh, misses the jump there a little bit. So, unfortunately, not getting the 1 cycle, but he does make it through.
Yeah. Raiko does get his mushroom from the hand stage and is now going to play the tower.
And that is the correct one, so great
Wow, what a
decision
guess.
there.
Yeah, 3 forts this time in World 5, and they're all on the sky portion. He's going to chase after that mushroom, but that's like chasing the wind. He's just going to let it go. Oh, and
yeah.
that cheap gets him.
Ugh. Those spiky cheeps. I hate to see them. Their movement pattern's so awkward. Oh, and this is just the worst fight.
Oh, man.
I mean,
Oh, man. Oh, and the hammer picks him off. Oh, so teex having a little bit of trouble here. He's down to 1 life.
yeah, that's the one hammer bro fight I say is just entirely unfair. I mean, he's clipping through platforms. I mean, come on.
Why can't we clip through platforms?
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
no. 6-6 on Raiko's side here in World 2.
yeah. Where did he end up entering this? I guess he's going the top route.
He might be picking a different fort than what teex did. I'm not sure about that. We'll take a look in a moment. teex has the fire suit and is going to get through 7-4.
Yeah, to me, this is objectively the worst level in Randomizer, but I mean, he's got fire in it, so it's actually not too bad as a result. Because, yeah, you can see all these bloopers here, and you're seeing the lag come into play right now.
I'll tell you what,
the
teex.
inputs.
Yeah, this gauntlet. Oh, good thing Raiko's got the fire suit, but can he hold on to it? No, he's just going to make a breakaway here. Well, teex feels pretty confident about his gameplay because he opted not to take the triple star there and settled it on the 1-up. So he's got 2 extra lives as he's now in the Navy. Raiko does complete 6-6 and will be moving on. Whoa! Getting a little bit too wild here at the end of that ship there. Now with the fire kill on Boom Boom, he can move on.
What, you don't play Babam soccer on Navy ships? It's not what you do?
I don't think so. It's very dangerous. So, 8-1, it's back. At least the enemy set's a little bit more favorable.
Yeah, and should have some power-ups, I think, too, that are not frog suits.
Yeah, what an 8-1 there for teex. That was a really good job there. But again, we got that crazy fire piranha at the end, so we'll see what happens on Raiko's side, rather, as teex is now in the World 6 airship. So we're going to be off against Roy, and we'll see how beefy he is. No problem with 7-4 for Raiko. He'll be moving on.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy when he sees the level he's got to play at the end here.
No, not at all.
He's really hoping that this is the fortress, and man, is he going to be sad.
Oh, thick and beefy. It's a 4-hit Earthquake Roy. teex makes it look like nothing, though. Well done. So he'll be moving on to World 3. Oh, and Raiko overshoots the jump! Oh, you hate to see that.
Yeah, 13 minutes on a World 2 is a really rough pace. And yeah, they just had to play a lot of stages here. There's no getting around it.
Please have your Koopalings spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody. The old Bob Barker send-off. And it's a Jugum Cloud. That's nice.
Oh man, having a hammer there would be clutch, but this is a stage that he should be familiar with.
Second try clip. Very nicely done for teex. That's amazing. Oh, and that was the wrong fort for Raiko. He didn't play the fort yet. Okay. Ooh, so teex, big time advantage. There's a P-Wing for Raiko. That P-Wing, oh, when he sees 8-1. I wonder if he's going to use it.
Yeah. If he doesn't make it out first try. We're going to hope that, you know, for his sake, he makes it out first try. We don't want him to have, you know, flashbacks of what happened in the last race.
teex had a nice go at the cards. He made 3 matches there. And
yeah,
one of them was a Tanuki suit. Hey!
He's got a hammer suit, too, for Bowser this time, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I believe one of the matches did give him a hammer suit.
Doing some speed strats there, unfortunately just missing getting on top of that block, so...
And unfortunately, teex not quite handling the end of that 4 or 5 stage cleanly, but does complete it and completes his cards. He's got 3 extra lives. Now, there's the end card game for Raiko. Let's see how he can do. He had no matches last time. Well, here's the 1/6 beta, which is brand new to this year's tournament. 2 matches for Raiko.
Yeah, this is kind of a rough stage. You always seem to get these fire chains, and they go off screen, and you really want to avoid them, but sometimes it's hard, so... getting some P speed there. It must have been intentional, because, yeah, he knew it was the ends right there, so... I think this is a 1-up here, so he should actually wait for this based on his life situation. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Absolutely. teex finds himself in a coin shape. Oh, a star! So that's going to help Raiko a little bit.
Yeah, he wants to get rid of it for this jump here.
But at least getting there won't be so bad. There's a hammer for teex playing that coin ship there. So, oh, and look at the favorable bullet bill there. Now that is an 8-1 right there as Raiko decides to go for the 5 extra lives. He was at 2, so I think that's a great smart play.
Yeah, good stuff by teex here, deciding to check the end here, and so that is going to allow him to skip 2 stages there with the hammer, so not too bad. Pretty decent hammer usage.
He's going to be trying to survive the chomper run, though. Raiko's in the World 6 airship. It was a 4-hit Earthquake Roy Koopa. We'll see how he handles it. Nicely done there for teex. Done with 7-7. There's 2 hits for Raiko. There's 3 hits. And there's 4 hits.
Yeah, so about 16.5-minute World 2 for Raiko. He's not going to be happy with that, but...
teex, look out!
You have to assume...
Ooh, that was close. Music box.
You have to assume the rest of it is going to, be a little more favorable, hopefully, than the first 2 worlds.
We'll find out as we have the World 1 airship here as Morton Koopa awaits. We'll find out how salty he is this time. He wasn't very salty in the first race. Raiko's in World 3, but teex is about to be done with World 3. Let's see what happens. Going for the fire kill. 1. Oh, not very salty. He's even less saltier this time. Raiko in 7-1 trying to get that clip, but having some problems. There he is.
I think 5th try there.
Yeah, not bad.
5th or 6th.
Not bad there for Raiko. teex done with World 3. We'll find out what our item is going to be from Peach this time. Sorry, Trouble. All right, Raiko now in 4-1. Ooh, almost slid off there. Another Jukum Cloud back-to-back.
Yeah, pretty good. As you mentioned, the beta stages are possible in this. And
we need a bridge. Is
Atlantis,
this the fort?
Yeah, I mean, this could be a real favorable configuration. And with how this seed's gone, I really hope this works out for them. All right, he's going to double damage boost here, which is a little risky, actually, because that can be a crazy foot, which it was, apparently. So.
Raiko now in the 1/6 beta, and there's the mushroom back for teex trying to slide through. Does. Nice job. Gets the fire flower, so it should be a pretty quick kill. A boom boom. Raiko trying to finish off the 1/6 beta, which again we just introduced, because originally you couldn't complete this stage when it was available in the game when you use Game Genie or whatever, but Fred patched it up. You can beat it.
And look at this, free World 7.
Wow. So World 2's airship where Luddy awaits. We'll see if he's a strong one. Raiko back to the cards, finds the 10 coin, finds the other star, so that's all the stars. Needs to find that last mushroom. 1 hit is not enough for Luddy. Ooh, just a 2-hitter. There's the 20 coin for Raiko. Looking for the flower. There it is. There's a 1-up. He found it.
Oh, yeah,
2 more cards.
He's using that matching game tool, I'm sure, so he knows
Beautiful.
everything is that he's seen so far.
Yeah, Raiko completes the cards, gets all of his prizes, but teex88 right now enjoying a relatively comfortable lead here as we find 3-8 with Angry Sun on Raiko's side. Let's see what Peach gives us this time. Actually, we don't know because it's Bowser's letter, but in the randomizer, Bowser also gives an and hey, another Tanuki suit. Why not?
Yeah, so interesting thing here is it looks like the end card didn't give really any good items, so I'll be interested to see if he continues to play it. I don't think he will, and so that hammer usage by Teex could turn out big if there's not many hammers left in the seed here. So
I will say this much. I'm very disappointed in teex88 that he didn't shoot at least 1 coin, because you rarely get to 610 with a fire flower. I would have loved to have seen him shoot 1 coin.
And we're going to see his vanilla speed stratting come out here in 3-3. It's a stage you can, for the most part, speed strat. Yep, and really good execution here, so...
Alright, Raiko with the fire kill attempt, and nicely done in 6F2. While that decreases the chances of seeing a World 6-4 in World 8, there's only 1 left. That's 6F3. Ooh, World 8.
Yeah, so because Raiko didn't use his hammer in World 2 here, which is World 3, I mean, confusing, I know. He can actually use it in this world, and it should allow him to skip a couple levels. It won't allow him to skip 3, I think, because it'll break the lock to the right, but he would be able to go straight to the fort.
Oh, and Teex just misses the 1 cycle with the fire. Raiko completes a Piranha run, and we'll move on to the next level. Gotta get through this Hammer Brothers stage first. It's a sledgehammer, bro. No problem with the fire suit. Gets a music box. Whether Teex likes it or not, he's gonna have to play the cards. There's the 10 coin for a match. Nope, no match on the star. There's the other star, so 6 cards left. Can he find the mushroom? No. Raikou takes care of Morton Koopa, and we'll be moving on to World 4.
And he'll probably be pretty happy with the configuration once he sees it here. I'm assuming he'll probably pick the correct pipe, because there aren't many to choose from here. Teex trying to get the clip there, which saves a pretty significant amount of time.
Oh, and Teex is getting spiked off. You hate to see that, folks, so he's going to have to try again.
Yeah. Yeah, so he'll just use a leaf of some sort here. P-Wing, it looks like, is the item of choice, and he'll get the item, so...
Yeah, by doing so, he'll get one of his items back. I would love to see it be a P-Wing now. P-Wing for a P-Wing. Come on, game, make it happen. Yes! Yes! Does the game know, or does the game know?
Oh, it knows. It looks like Raiko playing a stage here that isn't actually required in World 7, so...
Commentator's blessing! Oh my goodness, so Teex now in, I believe this is 5-4. And Raiko's in 7-3. Yes. Alright, so... we now got to get past this coin ship. Raiko just has to complete 6F1. And he'll be on his way to the World 4 airship. Nice use of the tail there to take care of the Boomerang brothers, and gets a P-Wing, another P-Wing.
Alright, it's just going to get P-Wings now. I guess you've given the P-Wing blessing.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'd take a P-Wing any day of the week. It's a great item to have, and it enables you to clear pesky stages like, 6-9, 7-6, 8-1.
7-4-1.
Right. Raiko takes care of the boom boom here in this fort, and we'll move on to the end here. Larry Cheatsy Koopa awaits 2 hits. That's not enough. Nice. Well, that's 3 hits is not enough. Finishes them off with the fire, and that's all for World 5 for Teex.
Yeah, starting pretty slow, but he's starting to make some pretty good movement here, finally. Yeah, I think he actually got sub 20 out of the first half of the game, but the way the way it was set up in the beginning, it was kind of dicey whether that would happen, so...
Raiko now in the World 2 airship. Let's see what our next item is going to be from the princess. It's going to be another Jugum Cloud. Holy Toledo. Is that 3? Between the 2 seeds, I believe that's 3 Jugum Clouds.
Yeah, they got a bunch, I think, in the first seed, so yeah.
Yeah, that was the first seed.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of clouds, I guess, between these 2 seeds.
And 4F2 complete for Teex. And Raiko completes World 4.
So
and he's a full world and a fort behind. Yeah, it's going to take another one of those World 8s, I think, Axer, but you never know.
Well, so here's the thing. I think Raiko still has a hammer, and with the configuration of this World 6, potentially it could be pretty free. So we only see 1 pipe on the first screen, and normally that tells me there's probably a pipe at the end, so that hammering that block could come in real handy.
Now, I have a question, Axer. Maybe you know this, maybe you don't. There were 2 locks surrounding him. How does the hammer determine which one it breaks? Is it random?
I think there is a way it decides, but I think it would, in that case, prioritize the one to the right, if I recall. Yeah, it's a weird setup, because you can have that where it's a lock next to a boulder, and there's a prioritization thing. But I'm not sure. It's one of those things you don't know until you do it in that exact situation.
I've only seen it happen twice. The other time was in World 3, and when they used the hammer, it broke the wrong boulder.
Yep, that's very common.
In any event, Raiko, the hammer does work out for him. Teex completes 3-6. We'll move on.
Okay, so you use the hammer there. So that actually allowed him to skip 3 stages. So it skipped it broke the lower one, I guess, there. Interesting. So I had a situation where there was 1 to the right and 1 up. I guess it broke the up one. So maybe it prioritizes the up-down ones first.
By the way, interesting. So we had the mushroom be the mushroom. Guess what? 1-ups are 1-ups. Another Jugum Cloud for Teex.
Yeah, a hammer, I think, would make this a free world. All the pipes look like they're at the end. Yeah, there we are. So...
Raiko now, and another commentator's blessing. You asked for the hammer, you got your hammer.
He's like, where was this hammer earlier in the world? But he'll take it.
Wow, so we both have 1 on our side of the board, and yeah, there it is. There's your free World 6 right there. You called it,
yeah.
You got it.
Yep, if he had a hammer at the beginning, he could have hammered the block, gone into the pipe, gone into the other pipe, and then just gone right to the end, so...
You know, for a moment, Haxter, I thought you were going to go Peter, Paul, and Mary on me. Once again, back-to-back seeds. Lemmy Koopa's a shrimp, 1 hit. That's it.
Yo, can someone get my man a gym routine? Like, this is embarrassing.
I know, right? Where's the jumbo shrimp, Lemmy? What a World 6 that was for teex88. Raiko is done with World 5, so yeah, he's 1 full world back at the moment. There's the Jugum Cloud for Raiko as he enters World 6. Let's see what the princess gives Teex at the end of World 6 in this letter, and it will be a Fire Flower.
Unfortunately, only 1 hammer here, so...
Oh
no.
No, there it is.
He does have a cloud. He does have a cloud.
Thankfully, Teex wants no part of Atlantis, this very slow auto-scroller. Now, What item are we going to use? The Tanuki suit. We have plenty of them, and it's 5F2. Now, teex has to make sure he plays this carefully, because if he takes the fall here, it's a waste of a Jugum Cloud.
Yeah, that's a good point. He'll probably take it fairly safe at this point. Shouldn't be too bad for him. Yeah,
he's there.
As long as you keep moving forward here, you're fine. But he did have another cloud, I think, just in case. But yeah, unfortunate if you have to use 2.
Right. No problem with the boom boom there. Raiko gets past the quickstand stage here, and we'll be moving on. In spite of the early troubles we had, these players, other than I think it was the first world or two, have kept the sheet clean here. They've been playing well.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a really smart cloud usage because it's free here, and Atlantis being out.
Wow, speaking of free, how about a free World 3?
You love to see it. You love to see it.
So, and I'll tell you what, if teex can get through with the Tanuki suit in hand, Chad, you'll know what to do. Raiko's able to get by Boss Bass in 1-1. teex gets through the airships with no problem. And Wendy, how strong are you? Oh! Rip the commands. She was neutral, so I think she had a Dave single today. Not as strong as last seed.
Definitely stronger than Lemmy, though. I mean,
oh yeah,
you know, making Lemmy looking like real bad here.
Right you are there. So teex88 about to enter World 8 with a rather sizable lead.
Oof. Oh, and it's just, it was a star. That's unfortunate. So yeah, that's normally it's a star run block, and it was a vanilla star run block. So, you know, oh well.
Well, it was a P-Wing for the letter, and now teex finds the super tanks here, which could break something. By the way, people in chat predict how many bridges it is going to take to build the path to Bowser's castle. As Raiko gets his hammer.
Okay, that, oh, he ended up clouding, so, oh, and he's already passed. Okay, so he's got a free end to World 6 here as well, which I didn't notice this, but we actually had a Fred here, so.
By the way, I don't see any locks yet. Okay, there was one lock at the beginning, so it's at max 3.
Yeah. So he knows that that fortress right there breaks the lock, probably based on the progression. So he probably not required.
Man, gets caught by the hand stage and right into the waiting mouth of Boss Bass. Meal number 4 for him. Oh, he gets picked off again. Is he going to do the same play? Yeah, this time he's just going to take a dive.
Yeah, he's
no
not
meal
feeding
for Boss
the bass
Bass
again.
No, one's enough, and this time he's able to get through, and we have, a World 6 fort in World 8. It's the carpet fort, but teex, a little too aggressive and falls into the spikes. That means that hand's going to be in play again. Doesn't get grabbed, though.
Oof. Risky there. Risky business.
Whoa! Somehow managed to save it and avoid falling into the spikes, only to get hit by the hotfoots. So Raiko's now in the World 5 airship to complete World 6. And just has one boo diddly. That's not bad at all. This should be an easy fight for teex. Raiko gets past World 6. We'll be moving on to World 7.
Yeah, shout out to the Sea Creature song in the elevator room.
Oh, there's a block that broke, so we now know it's no more than 2.
Yeah, that's really good information. So, yeah, nice choice. It looks like skipping
1.
that. Okay, well, we know which one it is. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
It's got to be the Navy.
Correct. Whichever one is the Navy. Raiko sees Atlantis and nope, just gonna take a dive. We don't like that stage. He'll use the cloud and nope, wrong way. 6, 7, and yeah, just take the just take the long dive off the diving board. Judges gave him an 8.5.
It technically could be. No, wait, no, he already played Super Tank. No, it's definitely not the tank at the beginning. So yeah, this is 100% the level he's got to play.
Now, if he still has another Jugen Cloud, he can skip that fort, but there's a risk. If he doesn't make it past Bowser's Castle, he's going to have to play the stage.
Not going for Dora 3. Very disappointing. I mean, he knows the number shall be 3, and the number of the counting shall be 3.
Yeah, the problem is Fred still hasn't randomized the doors. I'm waiting for him to do that here in 3F1.
Oh, no.
Come on, it's got to be a thing. It's got to be a thing.
8 fort. You thought 8 fort's bad already? Man, imagine 8 fort now.
Yes. No. 8 fort should not be randomized. That's because you could run into a soft lock. Only World 3 fort is what I say. Of course, knowing Fred, he'll do both anyways. Here's 3F2. Raiko's going to take this pipe, which I do believe is going to get him the way out, but it's looking like this is going to be too little too late for Raiko. Teex in the driver's seat to split the series today.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not one of those World 8s where you can really just come back quickly either by, choosing the correct route. So, gonna have to play some levels here. But, I mean, we could see, like, 10 deaths in a row in Bowser's Castle, I suppose.
Well, he has only 4 extra lives, so yeah, 5 deaths would send him back to the start, but I don't think he had to play any panels, so I don't think that's going to matter. With the Hammer Bros suit intact, Raiko now up against Wendy. We need 3 hits, as you recall, and great fight there for Raiko.
Yep,
nice clip.
Equipped this time. Let's see if he goes for the clip here. I'm assuming he's going to.
First try! There's your mac and cheese. All right. And hi, Bowser. And bye, Bowser. Get your GGs out for teex88. He wins game number 2 and splits the series to go 3-1 in group play.
And Teex finishes with an official SRL time of 36:59.
So just cracking the sub 37 right there. Raiko just about ready to complete the super tanks there and gets boom boom. Nice job.
Just want to relay that Raiko is not enjoying the seed.
I believe, but this was the beginning especially was a rough one. Here's 3-4. Raiko gonna play this part carefully. I don't want to fall into the hole there. This isn't golf. Please make sure you give both of our runners, teex88 and raikourider, a follow. They both played extremely well. And that first race, though,
Yeah, that was crazy. And even parts of this one were pretty nuts. It's actually surprising to me how close he ended up getting just based on the start he had. It was really hard for Raiko to overcome that start.
Yeah, once teex88 turned on the afterburners early game, there was no catching up. I mean, Raiko did his best to make this a race, but in the end, teex88 built up a lead and would not relinquish it this time. And with that, we do have Teex here in the commentator's booth with us. GG. Boy, I tell you what, that first race was something, huh?
Yeah, it was. I mean, just between both of these races, it was a wild ride. I mean, just with the first heat alone, I felt really confident in my performance, and then I saw a little bit of flickering in 4F1 as I was making my way to Boom Boom, but I was hoping that it would hold out until I got to the end of the game, and then you know, as soon as I got to the beginning of World 7, that's when it's like, oh god, where am I? What are my items?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about World 7. Raiko had the god World 7. He had all the necessary tools, made the right decision, so he built up a substantial lead going into World 8, but 8-1, which was required to get to World 8's fort, which was needed to build the bridge, that ended up being what almost gave you the win, teex88. In fact, you still had a shot. If you would have been able to get the clip first try on getting the Bowser's room, which is a lot difficult to do with the graphics glitch, you'd have stole it from Raiko.
Oh my god, it was really that close. I figured that might have put him over the edge because it was a very close gap when we both finished. So I figured the clip might have had something to do with it.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Yeah, either that or if he had any hammer suit. He actually had a hammer suit, so
but he did not finish
I'm assuming he would have gone.
The laser, one of the lasers got him. Or no, one of the fireballs got him. Correction. That's right.
Oh, he went the upper route and then tried to brave it out.
Yep, but one of the fireballs picked him off. Luckily, there was no laser at the end. He had enough HP to take down Bowser. Raiko now in 3F2.
Gotcha. Yeah, I tried to go through my inventory and see what I have, but as soon as I tried to hover over some of the items, some of the palettes were switching to different items. Like, I was seeing the icons for the clouds, and then as soon as I used them to get past 7-4, it just automatically went to Music Box, and I got a little confused. So I ended up probably burning more than it was necessary, and I didn't have a hammer suit at the end.
Nope, you didn't. Raiko did. Speaking of Raiko, pretty good World 8 for Raiko. So I think he gained a little bit on you, but yeah, your lead was good enough that even if this was the worst World 8 in the world, you were still going to win.
Let's see.
Yeah, the way the World 8 configuration worked, you just had to play a lot of stuff. It had to be one of those World 8s where if you just found the right route right away, it saved significant time. And, you know, this is just super rare, it feels like.
All right.
I'm at least grateful that Valley Bowser was in a convenient area, like right in the middle of the hand bridge, and then it was pretty much right there. So it was just picking off one by one which one was gonna unlock it.
Yep.
Time to see how many. If we. Ooh. All right. So far, he still has the fire suit. Laser? No laser. All right. So once again, hi Bowser, and bye Bowser. Get your GGs out for raikourider. Very good performance in this race.
He'll be happy to be done with the seed and to never see 8-1 again, probably.
All right, and what is the official SRL time for Raiko?
And he finishes with an official SRL time of 41:59.
So the difference was exactly 5 minutes. So GG to both runners. It's a split, so Teex, you go to 3-1, Raiko goes to 1-1.
As far as I know, just later tonight I'll be doing my last 2 matches in my group with DLP, so that'll be fun to look forward to.
Nice. Wish you the best of luck in that.
So much.
Yeah, so you can lock up a spot with 2 wins there. So obviously that's a big one for you. And DLP is a pretty good player, so you got a pretty good group here. So yeah, finishing that one 5-1 would be, I guess, should be a confidence boost, I'd imagine.
I've seen a lot of DLP's performances in the randomizer weeklies we have every Saturday night, so I know he's a really talented player, so I could definitely see it going either way.
Yeah, this is an absolutely unbelievable set of races we had here today. I mean, the World 8, I've called several Mario 3 randomizer commentaries before, but that World 8 in race number 1, that has to be the wildest one I've ever seen. As we do have raikourider here in the commentators booth with us. GG, congratulations on the split. Let's go to that first race, 8-1. I bet you don't want to see that world again anytime soon.
Apparently, the silver to kill the beast was somewhere in 8-1 because I had a hard time. I had a very hard time with that.
Yeah, and you nearly got through it the first time, only to get picked off by the fire piranha, and then you got set back several more times, and by that time, teex88 had took the lead, lost the lead, took the lead again, lost the lead again because 8-1 proved to be a barrier. I mean, the whole World 8 was a great equalizer for both of you. It was nuts. You pretty much had to full clear it to find the bridge to get there because you had to complete 8-1 to get to World 8's fort, and you needed that to get the bridge built.
You might have noticed that I actually turned around and tried the other forts first, just because that is probably the most tilt-inducing 8-1 I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was
I
bad.
I don't understand what it is with tournament races and me, but this is just giving me terrible flashbacks to, you might remember the race between Czar and I in brackets in the LOZ tournament in 2017. It brought back terrible flashbacks to that. Just every single seed. It seems like every single tournament seed I get is just the most lecherous thing.
Yeah,
both of those seeds were pretty cancerous.
Yep. I mean, at least 8-1 you got through it the first time in the second race. But yeah, that 8-1 in the first race, man. You had built up a nice lead on teex88 because you played the perfect World 7. You had all the resources. You took the right paths. You were on your way to getting your first victory. And then teex88, who unfortunately had some graphical glitches here, was able to keep pace, and it was neck and neck going into Bowser's castle. You had the hammer suit. He did not. Neither one of you had the hammer suit taken to Bowser's room. You got there first, and that enabled you to just hold off teex88's comeback efforts.
This is much better than I was expecting to do, because Teex is a top vanilla runner, and
indeed,
vanilla skill matters so much, and it matters so much in Group 1 flags in particular.
Oh yeah.
In Group 2, vanilla skill doesn't matter quite as much, just because of how much the worlds get jumbled up. But I'm very okay with a split. I'm just a little concerned that we're going to wind up meeting in round 1 of brackets.
Well, it could happen, and if it does happen, hey, you never know. That's why you play the races, Raiko. I mean, GG in winning that first one, and tell you what, other than the beginning of the second race, I thought you played pretty well.
Thanks. The second seed, when I saw the first level, I was just like, expletive right off seed.
Mm-hmm.
You're
right.
welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I think the thing that really set you off on the wrong foot was taking that death at the end of 5-3. That really hurt.
Oh yeah. The moment I took that, I was like, come on, Raiko, you can't be taking deaths like this against Teex.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who was the MVP of this race. Boss Bass. What was it? 4 meals he got, or was it 5? I've lost track.
Oh yeah.
It was a lot.
Oh yeah. That 4-2 with double Boss Bass.
Yes, that was the first time. That was nuts.
That boss bass was pretty wild too. Yeah, especially in 2-3. I just ran right into one of those pyramid block things, and then it just turned around and he's right there. Just kind of like spawned in midair.
Yeah, there's a lot of boss bass actually, and you got fed a lot. I think between both of you.
That's the exact reason why when I saw the boss bass, that's the reason why I used a leaf and went for the all switches strat in that level.
Yeah, the one on 2-3, right?
Yes.
That was really well played. I was really impressed by that. That was well done. Using the P-switch, grabbing the coins to clip through the blocks to get into the pipe and avoid boss pass. Yeah, that was an amazing job there.
You actually do that in the all switches category. And if you're still not comfortable with dropping leaf, it's actually 2.5 seconds faster in Warpless too.
Huh. Interesting.
But it sounds like that this race was pretty wild both times.
Oh, absolutely. It was a lot of fun. You guys both played really, really well. And, man, you guys are both going to be forces to be reckoned with should you both make it to the brackets. I mean, you have teex88, who's been the new up-and-comer randomizer player who has all the skills in any percent. And raikourider, you've been around the block a few times, so you are definitely a seasoned veteran at this. So it's going to be awesome to see you guys both show it off in the bracket stages should you both advance.
Well, provided that the same thing doesn't happen the last 2 tournaments that I've been in. In the 2018 tournament, I made it to brackets and got Grand Blue Bear in the first round.
Oh,
and in 2019, and then in the 2019 tournament, I made it to brackets and got Mitch Flower Power in the first round.
Oh man, the 2 big guns, yeah.
Yup.
Tough draw there. That's a tough draw.
I mean, teex' console got poo stomped.
It really did. Like, I couldn't even make out the enemies and the objects when I was swimming through 7-4, so I couldn't tell what was a jellyfish and what was a block. So I took a death there, and then I took a death in 8-1 for pretty much the same reason, so I had to cheese it out the slow way with the P-Wing.
You had absolutely no idea like what was going through my mind in that first race. I was actually thinking, because the end spade game was loaded, maybe teex is one of those players that doesn't play the end spade game, and there were double hammers, double clouds in the end spade game in the first seed.
I actually completed the end spade game in the full set in the second seed, and I think I got like halfway through the first seed.
Oh, it was the end spade game in the second seed was garbage.
Indeed it was. There were a couple vanilla ones, because Mushroom was Mushroom, 1-Up was 1-Up. There were some stars. I wonder if the star was a star.
Basically, my approach...
Wouldn't surprise me.
Basically, my approach for the end spade game is just to do the first 4 in the top left corner, because it's easier to remember what the contents of the cards are when they're all in just one location rather than just trying to go into random scattered spaces.
I actually go from left. I go from left to right, top to bottom, and I actually have a system that I am able to take notes of it. I have like MFS 012, 0 being for the extra life.
Gotcha.
It's very, very easy to take notes that way.
I just take mental notes along the way. I do something similar to what you do, like left to right and then up to down.
That's the way to do it, I think. But in any case, I do have an Earthbound Super Series race that I need to get to. The second qualifier for the tournament is today, and I probably should get to that. It's the Earthbound Ancient Cave Randomizer. There's a tournament going on for that right now as well.
That sounds good. Hey, I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks. I got second place in last week's race, so hopefully
good luck.
Do well. All right. Have a good one. Thanks for casting, Laws.
A good one. GG.
GG's. Great job for teex88 and raikourider. Again, please make sure you give both of our runners a follow. They did a tremendous job this afternoon here. Again, teex88 and Group H now 3-1. raikourider is 1-1. So with that, that's going to do it here on Speed Gaming 2. But I'll tell you what, if you want some more Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer, don't go away, because in about an hour from now at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 Central, ISO Pickle will be going up against, I don't know, some dude named the Hackster. I wonder who that is.
That dude sounds trash, honestly, so probably easy win for ISO Pickle.
Well, you never know. I wish you the best of luck in that one, Hacksaw. That's going to be at 4 p.m.
Thank
Eastern.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And that's going to be on Speed Gaming 4. Diesel Pilot going to be on the commentary. We'll see if anybody else joins in as well. And also later on tonight, we have the 2-for-1 special at 8 p.m. Eastern on Speed Gaming 2. It's teex88 back at it again versus DLP316. And also It's Paranoia and Sharky2107. Those 4 are all going to be playing the same seeds in both races. Dust Minion and Pro A007 will be on the call for that one. So any final comments about today's set of races before we wrap things up?
Not really, man. I'm just excited to see some more races today, participate in one, and see what unfolds going forward. We've got some groups really shaping out here, and we're starting to figure out what's going on. And some people have actually, made it to brackets. So our next person could be teex today.
Absolutely. If he sweeps it, goes 5-1, he will punch a ticket to the bracket stages. So we'll see what happens. Of course, raikourider very much alive to maybe punch his ticket to the bracket stages as well. So with that, that's going to draw our coverage here on Speed Gaming 2 to a close. Again, an hour from now on Speed Gaming 4, another exciting Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer race will await. So on behalf of our runners, teex88 and raikourider, for everybody here on Speed Gaming, for Feasel, for my commentator partner, the Hacksaw, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Have yourselves a great evening. We will see you later on. So long, everybody.
Have a good one.